I am a top actress in the entertainment industry. On my daughter's 7th birthday, Bamboo Horse bought a time machine with 1 billion. He said he regretted it. He's going to wear it back to 8 years ago, saving white moonlight in the flood. And not me, a pregnant new wife. So on this special day, I watched my daughter, who had been spoiled by me for 7 years, lost in time. And he came back to life to celebrate Bai Yueguang's death. Fireworks are set off all over the city. When I opened my eyes again, I was reborn back to 8 years ago, when the flood came. This time, I kicked Ethan into the water with a straight kick. Quietly watched them swim together in the floodwater. Staged an extremely affectionate Titanic. Sophie, I sat up as if I had woken up from a big dream. I rubbed my belly with trembling hands. Everything around is so familiar. I was reborn back 8 years ago. The night before the flood broke out, my daughter Sophie on her 7th birthday. My husband Ethan, who has been with me for 8 years. Swap a time machine worth 1 billion for it. He said, Lena, I'm willing to give everything I have to buy a time machine. As long as you can go back in time. I'm going to bring Clara back. He is the love of my life. Sophie vanished from my eyes. No matter how much I searched, I couldn't find it. Not even anyone else in the world remembers him. They only remember that Ethan, the president of the company, was a strong favorite wife. Spent a lot of money to set off fireworks all over the city, just to get the top floor at Clara. Allure smiled. 7 days and 7 nights. The sky is full of fireworks. I couldn't find my daughter. Nor can there be revenge. Can only die with hatred under the dazzling fireworks. Now, I'm back on the eve of the flood. The assistant complained about Sister Shu with some dissatisfaction. You're all pregnant and fainting. Mr. Liu is still in Clara's tent and won't come to see you. I shook my head. Tears fell uncontrollably. There was a strong excitement in my heart. Great, Sophie. Mom, definitely this time. Guarding you. It was pouring rain outside. I immediately took the assistant's hand. Now immediately inform the villagers to evacuate to higher ground. Flooding is imminent. After a night, it will be flooded here. This flood erupted 8 years ago. Thousands of people died. Since being born again, I will try my best to minimize the loss of those lives. When the assistant is going to go, I hurriedly called out to him. Wait, don't bother Ethan and Clara. Let's move to the boat first. Ethan's past life. He regretted being in this flood. Save my new wife, who is pregnant. So he auctioned off the time machine with 100,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000, rescue object was reselected. This time, I'm going to see how he escapes. This is my first year married to Ethan. It's also my reddest year. I was filming in a remote area. Ethan is under the banner of visiting me, and the small supporting role of Clara honey blending oil. Darkness Chinsong. I rushed to inform everyone to evacuate. Passing by Clara's tent, I happened to hear Ethan's low, hoarse laughter. When he was with me, always cold and affectionate. Every time Sophie flatters Ethan, he is ruthlessly disgusted. He's so well behaved. Every time I will say that Sophie is not good. Got angry with my dad. But it's such a sensible child. In the end, it was erased from the world by Ethan. No one remembered him. He regretted not saving Clara. Used the time machine to travel back in time and change the ending. This led to the death of my daughter Sophie. How can I not hate? How could you not want to? Even others can't stand it. Lena, Mr. Liu too. The director wanted to speak and stopped. He gave me a sympathetic look. I suppressed the hatred that was surging in my heart. Forced to smile. It's normal for young people to be fun. I have more important things to do. Soon, Ethan couldn't laugh anymore. I talked to the director. Act, if you believe me now. So he hurried aboard the boat with the people. I've worked with leaders many times. Of course he trusted me. Listen to me. quietly take someone to transfer. Originally, the rain was loud. Landing on the tent crackled. Ethan and Clara were in the tent. Let's look at the Titanic. They laughed and played. It's normal not to hear anything outside. Now, I don't make stupid mistakes. Exit the circle for love. I'm going to protect Sophie in my belly. Keep the glory of today. Busy all night. Most of the villagers were transferred to the boats. The ship was used as a prop for the filming process. Fortunately, the director has money. Rented a real boat. Otherwise, all the people here will suffer. The sky is slightly bright. I looked at Clara's tent again before leaving. I didn't come out all night. I'm looking forward to seeing the desolation when they come out. The sight of a monstrous flood. The assistant reminded me Sister Shu appropriately. Mr. Liu seems to be still in the Ronging tent. Shall we go and call them? The water level is waist high. The flood erupted and collapsed. I glanced at the assistant and said, "You go first." I'll call them. Of vital importance. The assistant did not dare to stay. I shouted at them. Personally lifted a corner of the tent for them. Even if it's a tent set up on a high place. Now it's just a corner. The flood would wash over the tents. Ethan, Clara. Thank me. The good opportunity to share your hardships is not easy to come by. When I rushed to the boat, the place is already filled. Come on, Lena. The last spot is yours. Yes, the last position should have been my past life. If I hadn't stayed and waited for Ethan, how could it be his turn to save? I got on board. Look at Ethan and Clara hurrying in the distance. From far to near. Supreme hour. It's a pity that this whole ship doesn't have their place. Torrential winds swept down. Flooding in remote areas. Mixed with muddy water. And a mixture of garbage. Ethan and Clara float in the water. They hugged each other. Lena, pull us up. I looked at Ethan condescendingly. That handsome and delicate face. That's embarrassing. He has always been unstained with earthly gold and pride. Now it's as if he's fallen into the mortal world. Pitiful, but not worthy of sympathy. I ran my trembling fingers into my lower abdomen. Restrain your anger. Calmly, but there is no place here. How do you want me to save you? Clara is like a delicate and pitiful little white flower. Snuggled in his arms. Ethan, I'm cold, Clara. Don't worry, Lena will definitely save us. Everyone was looking at my husband. The dignified President Liu was hugging Clara and gently coaxing. Everyone was anxious like ants on a hot pot. Finally, someone found the last life buoy. Sister Shu, there is a life buoy here. You can pull Mr. Liu up. Yes, it was this life buoy in the first place. Let Ethan make a difficult choice. Regret for life. Now I'm going to let him choose one or the other. I threw the life buoy at Ethan with my backhand. Then I forcibly pressed the corners of my mouth against the curvature. It's a pity that I can only save one. The crowd on the boat was shouting, Mr. Liu. Use the life buoy. This flood is deadly. This is not enough. In order to prepare for the next divorce and widowhood, I gave my assistant a look and took out his phone. Open the live room. The title is marked with a realistic version of the Titanic. Spend another 100,000 to buy heat. In an instant, the live broadcast room was on the hot search. At this moment, Clara's eyes suddenly turned red. His eyes were filled with tears. Tears fell silently. Ethan, I love you. Originally, I was willing to give it to you selflessly. But I've been feeling like throwing up a lot lately. Probably the one 2 months ago. His words made Ethan's face change suddenly. The whole network exploded. And Ethan underneath. I haven't realized the storage of the live broadcast room yet. Sure enough, he began to hesitate. How can that work? I'll help him. The little assistant said immediately. Oops, Mr. Liu. The whole network knows it. Rongingjia is the white moonlight on your campus. Do you really want to let him be swept away by the flood? He was so delicate, petite, pitiful. Attached to you with all my heart. Netizens are watching you in the live broadcast room. How could you not save him? You've figured it out. Don't do anything you regret. The sailor went higher and higher. There was a loud sound of waves crashing on the shore. Pure love for Ethan, the god of war. Since you like to make choices so much, then Dowd kidnapped me. Now you're the only one to live with Clara. I'd like to see what you choose. The number of people in the live broadcast room has skyrocketed. The whole network is watching. Ethan, president of the listed company, and the cold little white flower Clara both fell into trouble. Ethan's face changed suddenly. His eyes lit up with fire. Who asked you to record the video? Looking for death. As the live camera is facing Ethan's face, he mistakenly thought that the assistant was just recording a video. I'm afraid he didn't know it was going live yet. Things are getting interesting. This time I'm going to have to keep Ethan alive in the water. Expose his hypocritical face. Caused the whole network to explode. The icy water soaked Clara's body. His face was as white as paper, trembling all over. Ethan, can you give me the life buoy? I don't want to die. A slender Clara clings to Ethan's side, barely supported, prevent being swept away by floodwaters. I curled the corners of my lips slightly. Ethan, when he also becomes an option. I'll see what else you choose. As I expected. For a short period of time, he couldn't make a choice. At this moment, the number of people in the live broadcast room has exceeded 1 million. The whole network is waiting to see Ethan's struggles to survive. It's even more exciting than a survival show. In anticipation, a ruthless, an icy voice rang out, and all the people of the ship heard. As long as someone dares to jump down, get out of the way. A reward of 1 million was offered. Ethan is a businessman, calm and mean to the extreme. It was as if he was at the negotiating table analyzing whose life he was going to buy. 1 million is enough to make these ordinary people shine. This is simply astronomical for them. My face turned cold. It's not good. Ethan is going to buy his life. His arrogant eyes scanned the crowd. Even in this flood, he still has the intimidating power of the superiors, and a sense of superiority cultivated from an early age. 1 million is enough for you to spend a lifetime. He was dismissive. More than enough to buy your lives. Netizens blew up. The eyes of everyone on the ship lit up. But it caused public outrage. The netizens in the live broadcast room were all scolding Ethan. Capitalist. Ethan didn't take the lives of the people on board seriously. 1 million lives. The dismantling of body parts is not like this. I hate the faces of capitalists. Swaggering like my boss. Most of the villagers on the ship were ready to move. There are even villagers with better water properties. Already took off his coat. Going to jump in for money. I glanced lightly at the little assistant. The assistant immediately called out to them. Wait, isn't your life your life? I'm afraid that you have a life to make money, but not a life to spend. Not to mention the lack of evidence. Can you believe his words? 1 million was not given. And ye shall be in a hurry to die for him. When the time comes, there will be no proof of death. It's you. At this moment, a flash of lightning struck the sky. Rumbling and muffled. Everyone was dumbfounded. The joy on Ethan's face faded instantly. In a hurry, he raised the money again. 5 million. 5 million for 2 seats. As long as someone is willing to jump down, 5 million will arrive immediately. At this moment, Ethan couldn't hold back his look any longer. There was a hint of panic on his usually calm face. Nevertheless, he kept his arms around him. The tone of the waist is affectionately visible. It's a pity that no one believes him anymore. Many of the villagers are shallow. 1 million is already astronomical for them. 5 million is even more unimaginable. The bigger the gimmick, the less people believe it. And the crew. It's about knowing Ethan's personality completely. Supreme hour. Who really dares to go down and give it a go? So everyone touch the tip of their noses. Scratch your head and sit down honestly. Mr. Liu, don't waste your efforts. Money, life is important. That's right, the waves are so big now. Who dares to go down? Ethan's face grew paler. His expression was extremely gloomy. However, at this critical juncture, the life buoy in his hand was suddenly snatched by someone. Clara didn't care. Snatch his life buoy. Put it on yourself. Eneen, your Ethan's pupils narrowed. There was a hint of surprise on his cold face. Gradually, it became painful. He questioned Rongin in a dumb voice. Why are you doing this? Nonsense, of course, to survive. I pressed the curvature of the corners of my mouth. There was a dark feeling in my heart. Ethan's betrayal by the white moonlight. It's uncomfortable. Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm doing this for our children. I want to live. Clara's shoulders trembled. Affectionately spoken. The fortune teller said, I will only have boys in my life. Won't give birth to girls. If I didn't conceive our son. I'd rather die than give you a life buoy. But now I have a child. I have 2 lives on me. Ethan, this is our son. Hear Clara say that. Ethan was instantly helpless. Of course he didn't want to die. But he has always felt that he has a throne to inherit in his family. So patriarchy. More than once in her previous life, she hated Sophie as a daughter. So he threatened the staff. Once again, he put pressure on himself as one of the investors. But to no avail. Workers are also life-sparing. Well, completely pressed. Ethan looked at me dangerously. Lena, you don't want to watch me die, right? You'll save me, right? I shrugged, full of regret. But I can't save you. Ethan fought through his chattering teeth. Blazing eyes stared at me. No, you have a way to save me. His affirmative tone was chilling. My heart sank. Stared at him coldly. I heard with my own ears that he said, come down. Replace me up. Ethan's tone, of course, was chilling. He wouldn't really think so. I like him to the point where I can die for him. I haven't repaid the hatred of my previous life. Ethan, I've got you faced, right? Who gave you the face? So that you can be confident that I will go down. Ethan's face changed suddenly. He stared at me in amazement. Said expressionlessly, I didn't have an accident if I didn't come here for you to visit. In the end, it has something to do with you. If something happens to me, you can't get out of it. I used to have a nice filter for Ethan. He's my bamboo horse. A friend who has been by my side since I was a child. Loved ones, can be when these filters fade. Ethan is Ethan. A person without any halo. Is it? I asked you to visit Clara's tent. Everybody knows that. You often don't return all night. Talk to Clara about life. I ruthlessly exposed him. It's not me who is to blame. It's yourself. I have given you the life buoy. It's you who don't have the ability to defend it. What can I do? Your affection. Let's go underground and tell Lord Yama. The netizens in the live broadcast room were all stunned. See the barrage rolling wildly. I'm in a good mood. Comfortable. After begging me to no avail, Ethan shifted his focus to Clara. There is only one life buoy. The 2 of them can only live one. The flood was surging. The people on the boat refused to come down. There is only one life buoy. Ethan, complex, glanced at Clara's body. He clenched his fists unwillingly. Ethan. Clara's eyes were filled with tears. His eyes were filled with panic. I was at a loss. Doubt Ethan. I have a feeling that our children are going to disappear. He may not be able to keep it. Ethan, don't you really want him alive? Children are the only emotions that can touch Ethan. And at this time he didn't know. I am pregnant with his own flesh and blood in my womb. But in this life, my daughter belongs to me alone. Nothing to do with him. As for Clara's son, whether it's Ethan or not, it's hard to say. The little assistant couldn't help but lie in my ear and talk to me about Sister Shu. That's not the case with Clara at all. Mr. Liu will definitely not be able to play with her. I curled the corners of my lips. Of course I know. Who knows the gossip in the circle? Clara is notoriously loving men. Rich, beautiful, and figure. Just occupy the same. And he wanted to be with them. He wanders among men. Everywhere is in the palm of his hand. Ethan is one of them. The child is just Clara's way of survival. But maybe it's the white moonlight filter that's powerful. Ethan is convinced that the child is his. So, he resolutely wandered on his own, looking at his back in the distance. I squinted. Ethan, You'd better not die this time, so that you can see your pure white moonlight belly. Whose child it is, exactly. In this flood, most people's lives were spared. The floodwaters receded. All personnel conducted a carpet search for Ethan's whereabouts. Death is to see the corpse. Live to see people. Under a whole day of searching, Ethan's whereabouts have finally been found. He seems to be able to swim, so there's still a breath left. After being rescued by the hospital, Ethan spent 3 days and 3 nights in the ICU. And I've never looked at Ethan. Concentrate on filming. It wasn't until I heard that Ethan didn't die. I just remembered. I'm going to hurry up and divorce him. Arrived at the door of the ward, I heard Clara crying. Ethan, you're finally awake. You don't even know how worried I am about you. I've been scared these days. I didn't mean to snatch the life buoy. It's all for the son. Ethan, you'll forgive me, right? I looked up. Affection appeared on Ethan's sickly face. He held Clara's hands. Whisper softly to soothe Ain. I never blamed you. You are a mother. I understand that you want to protect our son's heart. Ethan, you don't even know how much Lena is excessive. That day, he actually started a live broadcast. Both you and I have been scolded by ignorant keyboard warriors. Ethan sat up in shock as he lay dying. His face was as white as paper. In a dumb voice, what? He rubbed his forehead, eyes full of shock. Lena dared to broadcast live. Is he crazy? Don't he know? How much does this affect the company? Laughed at me. Isn't that Ethan aware of yet? Has his company's stock fallen like crazy? I pushed the door open. Leave behind the tired, sickly man. I'm not crazy. It's the corporate PR department that should be crazy. After all, Mr. Liu's personal image can't be kept this time. During this time, Ethan took money to buy his life. Has been on the hot search for a long time. There was a chill in his eyes. Lena, what's in it for you? You are dead and cannot be saved. Look at me and Clara drifting in the flood, right? At this moment, Ethan's mother suddenly pushed the door open. Ethan, how can you see Lena like that? Don't you feel like it's all your problem? And this Miss Young. Ethan, you break him off. Apologies to Lena. Lu Mu quickly gave him a look. Motioned for him to give in to me first. Don't think I don't know. Past lives Lu Mu and Ethan. I like to sing like this in front of me and Sophie. One sings red-faced. One sings with a white face. How much wealth has been eaten away at my family? Ethan, however, insisted on holding Clara's hand. The calm tone is firm and powerful. Een is now pregnant with my child. She is pregnant with the eldest grandson you want most. I'm going to give her a home. This sentence slammed heavily on my heart. I'm not dissatisfied. Just feeling endlessly sad for Sophie. In her previous life, Sophie tried her best to please the Liu family. But they were daughters. So never look at it more. And Ethan. I never thought about it. Give Sophie a harmonious and beautiful family. Establish the image of a good father. I backhanded the divorce agreement from my bag. Put it in front of him. That's right, we got divorced. Lu Mu suddenly became angry. Tilled voice Ethan. I think you're crazy. Have you been washed out of your head by the flood? You're going to give him a home. So what about Lena? His eyes rolled. Then he said to me, Uncle, don't worry. Mom will make the decision for you. This time, if you don't save it, forget it. Mom doesn't blame you. But divorce? That's not necessary. A flash of surprise flashed in Ethan's eyes. After reading the divorce agreement, it took half a second before there was movement. Okay, I agree to the divorce. Lu Mu couldn't hold back her anger anymore. Ethan and I are in a business marriage. Married for less than a year. When my dad saw me, he really liked Ethan. Is willing to help the Liu family tide over difficulties. In the end, this put the Liu family in jeopardy. Resume normal operations. But once we get divorced, my family will withdraw shares and funds. Until then, what will happen to Ethan's company is unknown. Let Liu's mother scold. Ethan still signed the divorce agreement with a blank face. Before leaving, I heard him say categorically, What if the company left the Lin family? My children can't live without me. Clara is the woman I really want to marry. I am willing to give up everything for her and for her children. After a smooth divorce, I'm more focused on filming. The filming of the film is nearing completion. Actor Ryan came over to make a cameo appearance as a movie character. He often flirted with Clara during filming. Everyone in the crew knows that their relationship is not ordinary. Clara and Ryan were even bumped into hugging and kissing. I also pretended not to see it. The ex-husband's brother's green hat is shining. Whatever. The only thing left in the dark is Ethan, the god of pure love and war. In my previous life, I only found out after marriage. Clara was the white moonlight of his college days. So I didn't understand it all along. He obviously fell in love with Clara at first sight. And why didn't you tell me? After graduating, he quickly got married with me. My fingers fell on my abdomen. In this life, my Sophie is alive and well. Wait until he is born. I'm not going to tell Ethan. He doesn't deserve to be Sophie's dad, both physiologically and nominally. On this day, I was on a break on set. Saw Ethan get out of the car. He approached him. It's like a spring breeze. The corners of the lips are slightly upturned. Reveal the good mood at this time. Today is the time for the movie to finish. Ethan came to think about what he was doing. Then he walked up to me. Said I was going to propose to Eneen. She was pregnant with my own son. I'm going to give birth in a few months. I have to give her a name. I can't let my son be an illegitimate child. I couldn't help but chuckle. The whole crew is here today. I wish her all the best in her proposal. Clara is pure and innocent, gentle and virtuous. It's a good girl. Her cold eyebrows softened instantly. At the mention of Clara, June's face was full of tenderness. Then she looked at me. His expression changed suddenly. Lena, you have to change your temper too. Otherwise, no man wants it. The corners of my mouth stiffened. He stared at Ethan with a blank face. Why do I have to ask for a man? They can get close to me. Isn't it their honor? I raised an eyebrow. Yes, there's more. You don't really think Ronging is pregnant with your child in her belly. Hearing this, Ethan's face changed. His expression instantly cooled. Lena, watch your words. She was pregnant with my child, of course. Since he is so determined. Then I'm going to get my popcorn ready and start watching the show. Ethan strode away. His eyes were full of displeasure. He deliberately concealed it. Clara came to the crew after getting into the RV. He never showed up again. The assistant gave me the video. It's like discovering a shocking secret. Sister Shu. I bumped into it unexpectedly. He was lying in my ear. Whisper a few words. I raised an eyebrow. He smiled at the assistant. The finale was not filmed until late at night. The director celebrates the finale. A large number of fireworks were specially purchased to celebrate. Under the fireworks in the sky, Ethan walked slowly. He walked towards Clara. Firm every step of the way. He knelt down on one knee under the brilliant fireworks. Took out millions of rings and proposed. I didn't know how to please you. Always you off. Now I've learned to love people. I want to give you a home. Give your child a home. The audience was dumbfounded. They know it. Relationship between Clara and Ryan. It's hard to knock on this complex love triangle. Clara was at a loss. Ryan was more of a bystander watching the excitement. Ethan's words are very firm. Otone, would you like to marry me? Clara was silent. From time to time, his gaze wandered on Ryan's body. In this long silence, Lu Yanen's expression gradually became anxious. Tense atmosphere. Suddenly, the screen behind him lit up. The dazzling light attracted the attention of the audience. On-screen video playback. Clara's voice rang Ryan. I'm pregnant with your child. You will love me, right? The audience was shocked. Ethan's eyes were full of joy. Instantly it became cold as ice. He turned abruptly. See Clara and Joe on the screen. The moment Jan hugged each other. His expression could not be held steady any longer. Unbelievable. Collapsed. In the video, Clara leans into Ryan's arms. This look of affection. It's like an invisible slap. Slap Ethan in the face. More ruthless is yet to come. Ryan scoffed. Ask who the baby in your womb really is. Yours, of course. The child is 3 months old. Who else is it if it's not yours? Don't trust the videos on the internet. At the time of the flood. Of course I'm going to lie to that idiot. The child is his. Otherwise, how could he save me? I almost burst out laughing. Sure enough, only Ethan's injured world was reached. Ethan's eyes were scarlet. There was a grief in his eyes. Clara, so you've been lying to me throughout. This kid isn't mine at all. Clara's eyes reddened. Tears slowly fell. Pitiful gesture. Ethan, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just playing with them. Laughing to death, who would believe this kind of thing? Clara is now struggling to coax Ethan. Playboy Ryan has an indifferent attitude. Ethan's marriage proposal fails. The green grassland thing overhead. I don't know who exposed it. She cheated in marriage. Good not Clara after the divorce. Was cuckolded by the other party again. Now the whole network is talking about Ethan. Negative press about his personal. It has a direct impact on the company's image. Internet public opinion is so big. The company's stock fell across the board. Ethan was ridiculed by the whole network. Lena top queen he doesn't want. I fell in love with Clara, a scumbag like the queen of the sea. The end is like this kind of blind president. What good products can his company make? Their product quality has been broken out once before. It's not Lena to endorse the rescue. Public opinion is fermenting. Once the storm is set off, it's hard to recover. In smooth water, just 1 month, Ethan's company was subject to the previous authorities. Unprecedented heavy damage. I'm going to take a look this time. No spiritual armor. How long Ethan could have lasted without me? A month later, I came home from the shoot. Meet Ethan standing in the doorway. He looked at me. Uncle's voice trembled slightly. Can you help me now? Ethan clearly didn't get a good rest. There was some tiredness in his expression. I looked at him with a blank face. Cold inquiry to help you. What company? Now the stock has plummeted. It won't be long. I'm afraid it's going to be even more serious. Uncle, the only one who can help me now is you. I smiled. Ridiculed Mr. Liu. You can find Clara. He will be happy to help you. They thought of me when they were desperate. That time of fame and fortune in the previous life. I wish I could give my whole heart to Clara. Mention Clara. Ethan's face changed instantly. He pursed his lips. Resist impatience. Said Lena calmly. You know Clara can't help me. Only your family estate can help me. It doesn't matter if the two companies merge. As long as you want. It seems that the Liu family's company is in an extremely bad situation right now. Otherwise, it would not have been Mr. Liu, who was high above. Come to me and say such things. But I don't want to take over a company that's rotten to the roots. No, I'm dirty. As soon as these words came out, Ethan's pupils narrowed. There was obvious annoyance on Junling's face. What do you mean? Literally. It's not that the company is dirty. It's you who are too dirty. If only I had really helped him. There will be endless entanglements with him in this life. Rather than that, I might as well be bigger and stronger. What's more, my family's industry is going well. Paying what to pick up the mess. From that day on, I never saw Ethan again. My career is thriving. Sophie's healthy growth in the womb has gradually become apparent. I really don't want to let the media, too much exposure of my private life. But when I went out, I was still secretly photographed. Here's something about my pregnancy. Rushed to the hot search all of a sudden. The whole network is busy guessing. Will I remarry Ethan because of the child? The news soon reached Ethan's ears. Ethan and I met at the event. He looked for his former partners everywhere to build relationships and find funds. Now he has let go of his dignity and face. Even if you are rejected, you can accept it calmly. But he is like this. How can there be the scenery of the previous life? Everyone has to look at his face. I met Ethan's gaze. I turned around and was about to leave. Ethan hurried after me to stop my way. Lena, you're pregnant now, aren't you? It's my child, right? I squinted, calmly looked at his expectant eyes. The birth of Sophie in the previous life. He never expected me. On the day of production, Ethan in a company meeting. The process of giving birth to Sophie did not go smoothly. On the operating table, I was bleeding profusely. A narrow escape. After giving birth to Sophie, as a husband and a father, he didn't care about us. So for now, I just thought he was hypocritical. Lena, I know it's my baby. For the sake of the children, forgive me this time. I scoffed. The hatred that welled up in my heart could not be suppressed. When you can't bear it anymore. I slapped Ethan in the face with a backhand. Crisp slap sounds. The people at the event scene attracted attention. Ethan turned his face sideways. The cold eyes of the owl stared at me. Anger welled up in his eyes. Lowered her voice and said, Lena, am I wrong? The child is mine. What's wrong with you putting up with it for the sake of the child? I'll treat you well in the future. Why should I bear with it? Ethan, you tell me. Why should I put up with it? I put my shoulders on my shoulders. The corners of his lips curled into a small smile. Yoon said lightly, I have money and a career. After the birth of the child, I can give him the best life. He will be spoiled as a princess by everyone. But in your face, the former compromises are complete. You take yourself too seriously. The birth of a child in the future has nothing to do with you. I can be his mom. It could also be his dad. Left you. This kid is happier than anyone else. Ethan, who was severely humiliated, did not speak. He clenched his fists with suppressed emotion. When passing by him, I whispered to him that I forgot to tell you. His surname is Lin Sophie. After birth, he is no longer Lu Ningsoft in his previous life. It's my baby Lingsoft. As soon as these words came out, Ethan's face was surprisingly embarrassed. It's even more embarrassing than slapping him. But I just like to see him like that. The more embarrassed it is, the worse it is. The more I love to watch it. My movie has been in theaters since it was launched. Completely exploded the whole network. My acting skills are recognized by the public. The whole network continues to praise it. Sister Lin's face is so beautiful. The figure is also beautiful. Is beautiful and acting. Love to death. Sure enough, leave the man. My sister will become super powerful. But Sister Lin was in love before. Will she remarry Ethan because of the child? I don't know who came out. News that I'm remarrying Ethan. The whole network was talking about me. On the film promotion campaign, was asked by a reporter again if you would remarry Mr. Liu. Face the camera. I said it very frankly. I never had the idea of remarrying. A child is a child. I'm me, and here I want to tell all the female fans. I hope everyone is pregnant and has children. Don't lose yourself either. I'm saying this to myself. I feel sorry for me who quit the circle for love in my previous life. A few months later, I heard about Ethan's bankruptcy. Ethan's bankruptcy was not surprising to me. Once the Liu family's industry leaves the Lin family's capital chain, it's hard to get on your feet. Timely stop-loss is the best outcome. But I didn't expect Ethan to struggle for so long. He was also involved in a lawsuit over an economic dispute. A large amount of foreign debt is owed. I can't tell. So he was sued in court. The head office building of Lujia Industry has been placed in the courthouse. Start the auction. To prevent massive bleeding during childbirth. I've stopped all my activities. Raise your baby at home every day. Looking forward to Sophie's birth. Meantime, I also asked my assistant to help me keep an eye on the auction. Until I succeeded in taking the building of his head office. I just arrived at the company. I saw Ethan, who had been taken away by the police. Lena, you're here to save me, aren't you? I took off my sunglasses, looking at Ethan, who was about to get into the police car. Mr. Lin is this building. The people around me respectfully invited me to go up. I glanced at Ethan. Raise your lips and smile. I am the legal person of the company. In the future, there will be no surname Liu here. Ethan's expression changed suddenly. The look of the eye becomes incomparably complicated, intertwined with hatred. You don't want to save me even if you have money. Lena, do you hate me that much? Of course I hate you. It's cheaper for you to spend your whole life in prison. I wish you were dead. If it weren't for the law, I'm going to find someone to kill Ethan. So, my baby Sophie, he doesn't have a white-eyed wolf. Dad will never be bullied again. Ethan is in prison for an economic dispute case. And I started my own company. And that's not all. I was nominated for the actress. On that day, we from the film crew sat together. Next to me happens to be Clara. When I won the Golden Horse Award for actress, there was a flash of jealousy in her eyes. Despite trying to cover it up, I still caught it. Sister Shu, congratulations. Now I have a successful career. The child is also about to be born. I smiled. Say thank you in a low voice. But what about your children? Clara's baby was aborted. Ryan was reluctant to take responsibility. The agency is even less likely to let him give birth to a child easily. Clara had no choice but to get rid of the baby first. Hearing this, the smile on Clara's face instantly closed. I walked to the podium. Take. Trophy. It's my dream. It was a pity for me before. Now it's consummation. I'm glad I can exist in this world. It's not a floating dream. To exist is to be beautiful. This trophy is a testimony that Sophie has been with me. He will always be with me for the rest of my life. On the day of production, I'm excited and looking forward to it, under my advanced protection. Avoiding postpartum hemorrhage in previous lives. I gave birth to Sophie. She is well-behaved and cute. It's exactly the same as in my previous life. Sophie is surprisingly smart. Learned to speak at less than a year old. When she called out Mom for the first time, my heart was beating wildly. It was a pleasant surprise. I couldn't stop my tears from falling. No one can comprehend the joy of being lost. Sophie was pampered by me in the palm of my hand. He became the group pet of the company. Became my most important family. Some people rejoice and some people worry. In the same year that Sophie was born, Clara offended the bigwigs in the entertainment industry. He's not good at acting. It is said that it was when attending an event. Actively adjusted the position arranged by the activity party. Offended people who shouldn't be offended. Clara has been boycotted by the entertainment industry since then. Never attended an event again. Active on screen. His whole person was forgotten by the fast times. It's as if he's never been there. Spring goes and autumn comes. Soon it was Sophie's 7th birthday. I was in the most luxurious 5-star hotel in the city center. A birthday party was set up for him. At this time, he was standing in front of a 7-story cake, blowing out candles with your eyes closed. A smile appeared on his childish little face. Shallow pear vortex. It's so cute. Mom is not only my mom, it's also my dad. He is Sophie's favorite person in the world. For as long as I can remember, Sophie never asked her dad for it. Dad, I gave him enough love. In his memory, I'm enough. The candle flame was reflected on his cute little face, splashing with sparkling water. Choked up, I want to be with my mother forever. My heart was overflowing with emotion. Hold him tightly. Sophie, do you want to hear your mom sing to you? Sophie kissed me on the cheek, nodding with a smile. I stood on the banquet stage with a microphone in hand. A special birthday present for him. I sang 7 children's songs full of innocence. Musical notes flutter in the air. It conveys my endless blessings to my daughter. And pray silently in your heart. I wish my Sophie peace and joy in this life. Worry-free for a lifetime.